Mustangs from their own 39. Jennings in the gun, Harden to his left. Hudson alone to the right. Two receivers to the left side, Ymir Knight in the slot, and Romello Brinson to the near side out wide. Tight end Matthew Hibner. Jennings takes the snap, play action pass. He lets it fly deep to the middle. Ymir Knight's wide open, caught in stride at the 30, bounces it out to the left side, inside the 10, 5, touchdown SMU! There's the quick strike ability. A 61-yard bomb from Kevin Jennings to Ymir Knight. And just like that, the Mustangs have broken it open. 23-6 SMU, 10:02 third quarter.
Giles again from the gun, same formation. He takes the snap, nearly brought down by Akpala. Gonna let it fly, Foster in the end zone. It is intercepted! In the end zone, it's Max Tucker, and that should do it! Giles throws his third pick of the night, right in front of the student section. Max Tucker proverbially ends the game. Boston College has it with 36 seconds to go. Unbelievable.
Clark backs at the 12, working on Hansen at 61. Clark still held goalless in this game. She had 4 against Northwestern in February, and here's her first at Gillette. Rachel Clark eases the tensions with her 104th of the year. She's just 5 points from Sam Apuzzo's program record, and a feisty sidearm beats Schweitzer to the short side at 131, 4-2 Northwestern. His 3-1. Ripped into left field by the dive of Murray, a base hit. It'll roll all the way to the corner. Dinuik scoops it up. Solier gets the wave. He scores with ease. Wang steams into second with an RBI double. 5-1 Boston College. Momentarily out of the box goes Manedian, and the rush is on for the Eagles. On the far side boards, he tries to center with the point, blocked by a Harvard defender. The shot and a score! Drew Fortescue! It fell right into his stick, and he let it rip. Boston College leads, 16:50 to go in the first.
BC will try to play some inspired football tonight, but the Florida State fans bring in the heat early. Listen in to the chop as it begins in Doak Campbell Stadium.
James and co break the huddle with new life. First and goal from the 2. 2 receivers right. McDonald in the backfield. He gets the handoff. Charging ahead. Touchdown, Boston College. Game on at Yankee Stadium. Spins by Vassar. Centers to Driscoll. She lets the sidearm go. And it's in. Another goal for Molly Driscoll. And it's 4-1 Boston College at 8:10 in the first. King in the shotgun, left-right motion from Rutherford. Takes the snap, carry now. It's Holsey with a hole up the middle. He may be loose. He breaks a tackle at the 5 and waltzes in. Touchdown Jackets. Sting 'em. A 27-yard scamper from Malachi Hosley. It's his drive that has Georgia Tech up 6-0, 4:59 opening quarter.
79 seconds to go. SMU trying to dodge a bullet for its 9th win. Remain perfect in the ACC. BC trying to shock the world. 4th and 19 from the 22. 1 by 3 to James's right. He takes the snap. Has time, evades a sack. James under pressure. Down he goes, and that's your game. Jafari Harvey sacks Grayson James, and the SMU Mustangs take over.
Into the neutral zone, it's Chisholm, and that's gonna do it. The Boston College Eagles spoil Stanford's perfect season. 13-11 BC. They take down number 2 on this Thursday night. You can feel it now. Gasso with it in his stick into the neutral zone. Hemming flicks it forward. For the first time since 2016, the Beanpot is headed back down the B-line. Boston College takes down the Terriers 6-2 in the 300th meeting. The Eagles, Beanpot champs for the 21st time. Boston College trying to hand number 16 Georgia Tech its 2nd consecutive loss after an 8-0 start. The best since 2009. for Brent Key and the Ramblin' Wreck. Aiden Burst steps into a kick, boots it end over end, left to right. It flies Bo McCormick and lands for a touchback. Second straight series will start at the 25 for Dylan Lonergan. 1st and 10, going right to left, away from a closely packed student section that for the first time in quite a couple of weeks is not going anywhere midway through the third quarter. And it's cold, a brisk 38 degrees outside as the lights now fully on at Alumni Stadium. Lonergan breaks the huddle in the pistol. Turbo Richard 2 yards behind him after a big drive a series ago. 2 receivers to the left, including Lewis Bond to the far side, the new BC all-time receptions leader. Lonergan takes the snap, takes the handoff, back to pass, has time. He uncorks over the middle, connects with Bond, left numbers 45. He cuts it back to the middle across midfield and is upended shy of the 40. Waste no time. Dylan Lonergan finding Lewis Bond all alone on a bootleg down the left side. And Bond continues to widen his lead on Zay Flowers after picking up another 30-plus. 4 minutes in the third quarter. BC up 21-17 on the move again. 1st and 10 at the 43. It's a 32-yard pickup for Bond. Shotgun snap to Lonergan, handoff right. Richard bursts through the hole, cuts back to the left hash, and is brought down at the 35-yard line. Richard having his best performance as well since week 4. That's his 9th attempt, nearing 100 yards as he's at 92. Gain of 6 there, brings up 2nd and 4 from the Georgia Tech 37.
How about how connected this offense has been as Lonergan and Bond are on the same wavelength there. Great pause and pivot by Bond there on that big game.
Lonergan in the gun on 2nd down. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Richard gets the carry up the middle, bounces off a tackler 35, keeps the legs churning across the 30-yard line. 1st down, Boston College. Richard picks up 7 yards as he bowled over Clayton Powell-Lee en route to a 1st down pickup. Eagles move the chains. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Up by 4 over Georgia Tech. 1st down and 10 at the 30. Empty set for Lonergan. 2 receivers right, 3 to the left. The tight end Jeremiah Franklin in the near side slot. Pugh to his left. Richard all the way out on the near side. Bond and Harris alone to the right. 8 on the play clock for Lonergan. Takes the snap, back to pass. Completes left numbers at the 30. It's Jeremiah Franklin falling forward on the hitch. Kyle Eford races over to bring him down as it's Jeremiah Franklin's first grab, senior from Walkersville, Maryland. Gets involved in the fun on senior day. Picks up 4 more. It's 2nd and 6 from the Georgia Tech 27.
Interesting to see Jeremiah Franklin now taking most of the snaps over Chudzinski, who has had the more receiving yards on the game, but good to see he hasn't lost a step regardless.
Lonergan in the gun, Richard at his left hip, 3 receivers right. Takes the snap, he's blitzed, he dumps off a screen, complete. Franklin sidesteps the defender and surges up the left sideline. 1st down, Boston College. Franklin left Clayton Powell-Lee in the dust, juked by him and got to work up the left sideline. Eagles on the move, they've got it 1st and 10 at the Georgia Tech 18. 1:48 to go in the third. 21-17 Boston College. Lonergan in the pistol. 2 receivers right. 1 to the left, Reed Harris. Richard still the back. Now with plenty of time on the play clock at 16, Lonergan approaches the line, changing the play. Pugh moves close to the line on the near side slot, as does Bond. Takes the snap. Lonergan back to pass, looking right. Dumps complete underneath. It's Harris breaking a tackle. Still on his feet inside the 5. He's in! Touchdown, Boston College! A career night for Reed Harris. He's over 130 yards, and now he finds the barnyard. BC up by 10, 1:19 third quarter. What a game on senior night. Time for the top of the second here at the Eddie Pellegrini Diamond. BC and Virginia knotted up 0-0 as we head top 2. It's 4, 5, and 6 to the plate to face A.J. Colarusso after the lefty mowed down the Cavaliers. 3 up, 3 down. A couple of flyouts and a PFP in that first frame. The righty Joe Tiroli digs in. Slices the first offering foul, 0-1.
And only the first pitch of the inning, but we're seeing more of the same from the first inning. Establishing, getting that first strike.
Colarusso with a conventional approach, starting with a fastball, is 0-1. Tails low as there's the breaking ball at 84. A ball and a strike to Sam Harris, or rather Joe Tiroli. Batting .262 in that cleanup spot. This one plunks him. Breaking ball gets away from Colarusso. He beans him on the outside left foot. And it's a first base runner for the Who's as Tiroli's hit by a pitch.
Number 34, Harrison Diddley.
So first test for Colarusso here, have a runner on. Another lefty coming up though. Maybe we can get an inside fastball and turn a double play.
It's the big swinging Harrison Didewick, guy that many ACC baseball fans will know from his prolific 2024. The lefty digs in, a fourth lefty in the first 5 batters. Watches the first ball, right down Broadway, strike one. Tiroli, first base runner for the Who's, but 5 hit by pitches for the Merrimack Warriors in the loss to BC here on Wednesday. From the stretch, Colarusso fires a breaking ball outside, 1-1. Something should be wrong with the gun because that one just clocked at 50 miles per hour. And Colarusso's got a knuckleball, didn't see it there, but he's surely not throwing that slow. The 1-1. Tagged up the mound, it spills into center field, a base hit. Tiroli gets the stop sign at second as Hendrickson cuts it off in center, and it's a single for Harrison Didewick, 2 on for the Who's.
Yeah, not a particularly hard hit ball by Didewick, but Mainolfi at second base was playing basically in right field and allowed that one to get up the middle.
Didewick experiencing a resurgence this season. 11 multi-hit games, 7 doubles to lead the team. After somewhat of a step back in 2025, just 6 home runs, missed out on all ACC after he led the league with 26 bombs in 2024. Swing and a miss, or swing and a tip into the mitt for Noah Murray. Third baseman batting 6th. He's got 2 aboard and no one out. Top of the second, still a scoreless affair. Virginia, a team that scores early, second in the conference in average runs per game in the first 3 innings.
Gallo moving up at third here. Watch for a potential bunt.
Lefty on righty, the pitch. Sliced fouled on the first base line. 0-2. Murray, the transfer from Duke, one of just 4 righties in the lineup, first of 3 straight, with Kyle Johnson, the pitcher, waiting on deck. Murray following his head coach Chris Pollard from the Blue Devils to the new destination in Charlottesville. Colarusso looks back. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 89 miles per hour. He dials up the fastball and punches out Murray for his first K.
Yeah, just beat him on the inside part of the plate there at about 90 miles an hour.
Colarusso with his first 2 base runners allowed in this game, trying to work through this Virginia lineup that's oh so potent. One of their most dangerous players is Kyle Johnson. Talked about him a moment ago. He just faced 1 above the minimum in the first. Now batting here in the second. Colarusso spins. 4:54 to play in the third period. That's the 26th shot from BU for a team that surged ahead to a 10-2 shot advantage in that first period, capped by the goal from Brendan Svedova. But then the Eagles have now come flying back. 31-26, the Eagles have outshot the Terriers. Right circle face-off between Andre Gasso and Tynan Lawrence upcoming. Jack Harvey, Sasha Boisvert, Gavin McCarthy, and Cole Hudson out for the Terriers. The best line possible for Jay Pandolfo.
These last 5 or so minutes have been all on the side of the Terriers. BC's been pretty content just to sky it out. James Hagan's grasping the puck and just shooting it off the Duncan advertisement, sending it the distance of the ice. This is a team that they don't play well when they get off their game. They need to stay true to their game and play it well.
Left circle face-off after the icing draws yet another whistle at 4:48. And we'll redo the face-off after a violation. It's Lawrence versus Gasso. We mentioned that top line out for BU rather. It's Gustafsson, Manetian, Hemming, and Higgins out for BC. Combination, or rather a smattering of great players out for both teams. 4:41 to play, 4-2 Eagle advantage. Off the skate of Tynan Lawrence, he's pushed from behind by his fellow midseason addition, Oscar Hemming. Across the blue line, it's Boisvert, slammed into the boards by Hemming. Everywhere on the ice as Higgins gets going up the right circle. Drilled into the boards. Hemming with another hit behind the net as it's rimmed around to the far side boards. Recovered there by Tynan Lawrence. Shovels ahead for Hudson, offsides for the Terriers, and that will send it down to BC's end. 4:16 to play, some jawing between Hudson and Higgins.
This is truly, I mean, that line, that combination out there is going to be college hockey's best. You've got James Higgins, 7th overall. Andre Gasso, I mean, senior captain. Oscar Hemming, future first-round pick. On the other side, Tynan Lowens, future first-round pick. Iserman, first-round pick. Boisvert, first-round pick. I mean, how could you not love this rivalry, Gio?
300th edition of the Battle of Comav. Now the 15th time these two schools have played in the Beanpot Championship. Eagles 4-0-2 away from a 21st title in this tournament. 4-2 lead in front. Letourneau off the back, he put it in! Dean Letourneau at the Beanpot, he's done it! And the 3-goal lead is restored at 3:57. Backhanded chance, got it right by Yegorov. The future Bruin in his future home. In comes Abby Herod. It's like a new team. The senior, so much experience, watches on. Her offense goes to work. Quick passes in front. Colbert has it blocked down by Lawson. Scoops it up at the left wing of the 12. 50 to shoot. To Hudson, then to Colarusso. Quick pass finds Driscoll. Looks and turns. Has Davis at X. Davis in front. White never had it. Tried to shoot it as though she did. It rolls to Morton, and Stanford makes a stand.
And that was a great defensive possession by Stanford. They were everywhere. BC had so many cuts, so many dodges, and Stanford stood their ground every single time.
Wading through the neutral zone, the Cardinal get it going. 69 to shoot for Amanda Lawson, two-way midfielder, jogs back across the restraining line as she swings it to Lindsay Dever. Has open space, fires at Dolce short side, save, and the goalkeeper whistle after the play. Free position upcoming.
And that was a great dodge, but a little too much contact by Boston College. A free position for Lindsay Dever, who has been very good at these today. As Gio said earlier in the broadcast, over an 80% success rate. We'll have to see if they can get the lead down to 1 after this shot.
It's a Stanford team that certainly benefited from fouls today. The Eagles blowing them out in that category, to be frank. This is now the 9th flag of the game against Boston College. 5 free positions. Stanford's taking advantage of 3. Dever has it on from the left wing of the 8-meter. 11:35 to play. 11-9 Boston College lead. Crouches in, left foot on the line. She goes to Cage, swings it at Dolce, kick save! And the ball ricochets to the far side. Stanford keeps possession as the ball flies over the zone right in front of the Stanford bench. Dolce using every part of the body to stop Stanford from scoring. The Cardinals do keep it. It's Ava Arceri with 51 to shoot. Working on Baker. Tried the roll dodge left wing of the 8. Swings it up to Aaliyah Poliski. Check that, Amanda Lawson has it. Poliski gives her a screen. Lawson stutter step by O'Connor. Swings top of the 12. It's Dever. 33 to shoot. Left wing for Arceri. Directing traffic in the 8-meter. Had it punched free. Baker, her mark. Watches on as Arceri jogs back and gets it. Here's Hasselbeck, left wing of the 12. Rory Taylor, the freshman, slides over. Pass to Annabelle Friss, right wing of the 8. Down low, here's Arceri, bowling over a BC defender. The foul comes out, Eagle ball. The defense, like a brick wall in front of Dolce. That's exactly what Acacia Walker said she was looking for this week. Let's support our goalkeeper. Case in point with 10-19.